Like a bet you can lose.
So many of them. I've never seen anything like this, even when they're tracking down suspects.
Может, отсюда виден весь масштаб?
Well, it's a masterpiece from the family, after all. Besides the followers of the preservation, the family members are the best at creating mind-blowing marvels. Let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. View here is great, right? We can see everything from here, including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in reality, then Clocky's counterpart is definitely the Watchmaker. In the animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the Watchmaker was personally involved in that war and sided with Asdana?
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley crew of masked fools, nameless, history fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards, even visitors from beyond the sky. In the end, they emerged victorious.
Даже безымянный.
Among them was the person who would eventually be known as the Watchmaker.
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
Тут что-то не так с временными отрезками.
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him. So maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
I'm 13.
Я не выдержал.
No way. Not even close.
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, threats from the outside world, and internal conflicts between major prison districts, the future of Asdana was uncertain. It wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea of turning the prison into the planet of festivities that Peniconia finally gained its name and glory.
Thus, he became known as the father of Peniconia.
But didn't you say the Watchmaker betrayed the family? And you said you were his companion, so that means you...
No, I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many children. But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
What did you do?
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all. Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Peniconia. But the Oak family, they set us up. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, even though the true traitors were someone else. While they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world, behind closed doors, they condemn him on a pillar of shame. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his name. We intended to find the real traitor, the one responsible for all this, and restore harmony to Peniconia. But we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost dog. The family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually a punishment. Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past.
Да уж.
As I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him. That's when I realized that the Peniconia I once knew would never return.
Каил умер.
We're truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story, right?
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of the Watchmaker and has been secretly working against the family all this time.
Часовщик — это организация?
Well, that's one way to look at it. However, only one member has truly inherited the
Misha?
Watchmaker's title. Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams. So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries, we will find the answers we are seeking. If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. But those willing to look me in the eye and hear me out? Let's just say, there won't be many. I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Thank you for listening to this old dog. Something just happened at the theme park. Now if you'll excuse me,
Он что-то
good luck
скрывает.
to all of you.
Он
How
много
ironic.
скрывает.
What's so different between the stowaways rejected by Peniconia today and the dream seekers once hailed as pioneers several amber eras ago?
Gallagher does have a troubled past, it seems.
О, конечно.
While Firefly's whereabouts remain a mystery, his stories shed light on our suspicions about the true identity of the Watchmaker, his connection to the family, and the power struggles hidden behind sweet dreams and death.
А семья не настолько дружная.
Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone else.
План дубов. Смерть связана с часовщиком.
That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy, and now we're sure that
Да, это мы понял. Часовщик?
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
мой друг.
Speaking of which, that Clocky who only reveals himself to you is quite intriguing.
Вот такие
Now
дела.
that we've confirmed a lot of our suspicions, let's take a moment to think about the clues we have.
Вельт. У меня для тебя есть важные сообщения. Наше расследование здесь закончилось. Такие новости. Мы с галактическим рейнджером считаем, что семья скрывает что-то важное. Сейчас мы направляемся в резиденцию утренней росы. Авантюрин предупреждал, что она опасна. Она на нашей стороне. Проверено. Не нужно беспокоиться. Потерпите ним. Дам вам знать, если что. Страшные звуки. Переключение на Ахерон? Что?
Are your companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us.
У меня есть вельт, но я не хочу его пока что доставать.
Something feels off. A grand mansion like this and not a butler or servant in sight. Could it be due to the disruption? This door is open. Looks like we'll have to
Тут
investigate.
Just one
авантюрин.
moment.
Ахерон слегка обнажит клинок, спустя мгновение ее дыхание уже неразличимо.
Light. I've made myself less noticeable. The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but I can't come up with any excuses for being here.
I see. What an interesting technique.
Ему бы такую же. Да, Ахерон умеет обычной атакой убивать, что видит.
Stream forth! The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
Maybe the heads of the family used that model for discussing. The footprints here are different from the rest. There are two sets of them.
Оу,
Looks like outsiders might have passed through here not long ago.
реально.
Can you identify the people who left these footprints?
Well, there's a unique pattern here. Flamboyant, even. And judging by the size, I'd say these were men's shoes. If I'm right, it could be the IPC ambassador, Aventurine.
Как он проницателен.
Aventurine.
It looks like they were walking side by side as opposed to one. The IPC is eager to reclaim Peniconia, so...
Доктор Рацо, они знаю.
Stream forth. The gleam. While there aren't any people in this mansion, they've set up quite a few mimetic guards to patrol this place.
Ну. У меня лучший отряд для Херон, кстати.
It too shall fall.
Госпожа Кровавый Снег.
Look, it dropped something.
A note. Looks like instructions from the butler for the other servants.
Seems like the mansion's entire workforce were assigned other tasks before Robin's death. It must have been a big project to require that much manpower. The Charmony Festival, perhaps.
But no matter what their main priorities are,
So you're saying
Или
someone
отослали.
deliberately cleared the place out?
yeah, but I don't know why.
Вот и узнай. О, нет. О, нет.
No one here either.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too.
А зачем нам сюда притаскиваться, боже мой? Че бумаг? Дорогой брат, как твои дела? Я когда вернусь, хотела заглянуть к тебе в резиденцию утренней росы. Скоро фестиваль гармонии у тебя. Кто тебя не беспокоит? Чрезвычайная ситуация стала. С возвращением у меня странно изменился голос. Сперва я думала, что дело в усталости или болезни. Но доктора уверили, что здоровье у меня великолепно, а с голосом все хуже и хуже. Иногда он исчезал совсем. Дающийся в ней разлад отбросил тень на мой голос. Кто-то из участников старшей семьи разгневал гармонию. В семье предатель. Один из 4 глав. Я узнал о смертях от рук мегмазона воспоминаний. И за этим стоит тот же предатель.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Peniconia, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know, there aren't many entities capable of interfering with the
Воскресенье
power of
может это
paths.
делать.
Meaning,
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high position
Воскресенье?
or possess unimaginable strength.
that would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor.
Если он сам предатель.
This light cone is securely guarded. It must hold some important memories.
О,
According to Robin's interview, despite having performed on so many grand stages, her favorite performance was a pretend show she put on with her brother when they were just kids.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
Yeah, time has a way of smoothing things.
Цик связан с смертью. Ансарол. Больше сотни.
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities among them.
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be targeting random victims. And based on Sunday's notes, he's no stranger to death.
He's just surprised that it has resurfaced.
О, да, те самые бумаги, я их заметил чуть ранее. Воскресенье, мне рассказали о зарянке, я хочу принести свои искренние соболезнования. Потому что не только я старший брат, но и глава клана дубов. Мешать тебе рассуждать трезво. Я слышал, ты планируешь направить значительное время и рассуды на поиски смерти. Это не в интересах судьбы семьи. Старик Оди.
It seems neither the Dream Master of Peniconia nor this old Oti is happy with Sunday's recent performance.
They don't seem to care much about death. Instead, they're more concerned about the Charmony Festival and the Watchmaker.
Maybe the other family heads don't think death is a big deal. One thing's for sure. There's a lot of internal conflict within the family, and everybody has their own agenda.
И последний пока что документ.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects. This traitor must have been causing trouble for the family for a long time.
They all seem to be insiders, but I haven't met any of them.
Huh? Wait, these characteristics.
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. However, if this traitor really exists, could they be responsible for Firefly and Robin's deaths?
Я не знаю.
Perhaps that's why Sunday is taking this matter so seriously.
That's all for now. Nothing more noteworthy.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of scenarios in my head about dealing with the family. I did not expect an empty mansion.
Watch out. Someone's approaching.
Воскресенье
I don't
возвращается.
think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest, Mr. Yang. And... Acheron? The Galaxy Ranger?
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission. I hope you can forgive us.
О, глаз.
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host. Don't you agree? Even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission, so coming here will be unnecessary for you.
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here, to ask you about the case and gather more information.
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show you the door.
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
О, ну конечно, именно поэтому ты мне шапчешь.
While the truth remains a mystery, I'm getting close to it. I assure you that the traitor will soon pay
Если
the
он,
price.
если он есть предатель, зачем ему так тщательно его искать?
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion that the murderer was within the family? With all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the family has every reason to suspect the IPC's involvement.
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you, but in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention as that ambassador did. Not to mention, I personally shackled him a while ago. However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of Aventurine. While the wicked can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger into the heart of the righteous. He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself. Who knows what kind of scheme he's cooking up? While the family is dedicated to keeping our guests safe, it might be wise for you to stay alert. You never know what unexpected troubles could arise.
О, да, ну, конечно. Ему-то не знать, какие неприятные. О, теперь авантюрин. Тишина.
According to a Pierpoint hotline tip, there was a major breakthrough in the shocking Ejhazio Aventurine case. The suspect has been arrested. This fraud case has been linked to many departments within the Interastral Peace Corporation and the Intelligentsia Guild.
The case's main suspect originates from Sigonia 4 and is one of the survivors of the second Kataka Avgin extinction event, who does not carry an interstellar As per Strategic Investment Department head Diamond's sentiments, the IPC has appropriately relocated the suspect in the spirit of the Charter and will continue to conduct further...
What pretty eyes. Tell me, do they shine in the dark?
Вау.
Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat.
You don't know how many people long for your eyes to be closed forever. As a servant, you should not resist your master. Yet, you went and killed that man anyway.
Он его убил.
No lawyer has the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent yourself.
Not difficult, but definitely pointless.
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ask and you shall receive. You wanted the perfect construction material. All I did was offer a possibility. It was just a small wager. If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejihazo. Maybe even the Sand King's remains. Pity your luck has run out.
I'll admit that. What I'm more curious about, though, is why such a grand scheme failed to benefit anyone in the end, including the perpetrator himself.
Madam, I already have what I want. To be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble.
Then let's talk about the second gamble. Tell me, what are you prepared to wager this time?
My life. I bet you won't send me to the gallows.
What do you want, then?
I want your Lenore to meet with
Вашим
me.
руководителем.
I have something to say.
And then what?
I want cash.
It can't be that simple, can it?
It is that simple. 30 tanbas. The remainder of my market value. 30 tanbas. No more, no less.
30 медников. Половину моей рыночной стоимости.
With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than you. I wager you won't give me this chance. Which is why you should call him here.
Interesting. A pity Diamond won't see you. No one gets to see him. From here on out, I am Diamond's representative,
Кто с алмазом
and
не
I will
встретится?
decide on his behalf.
Странно.
You're wrong. 30 Tonbas. He'll give you that. And much more than that. Wealth, status, power. The IPC will give you whatever you want, even what you don't want. Kakavasha. A good name, but unfortunately destined to be buried in the dirt. You, though, you deserve to live, to create even more wealth for us. Go. Pick the clothes you like, then choose your desired identity. And then, use them well, child. May your plans never suffer failure.
Как-то...
Life is like a long-term investment. Those who choose correctly, do the correct things, reach the correct outcomes, and show the world their value. People can't always make the right choices in their lives. But luck has always been on my side. I've never lost. Is it because Gayathra blesses me? Well, if that's the case, she must also be looking upon me right now. My success is inevitable. But... what then? Even if I overcome this difficult trial, what would come next? What awaits me after this glorious gamble? An even more glorious one? Will I return triumphant with unending riches after countless successes, or will I encounter failure, never to return? I'm pretty sure you already have some ideas.
Он с собой говорит?
Lowly gambler.
Он с собой говорит.
What? What?
What?
Уэ-уэ.
Am I dreaming, or have I gone completely insane?
Да?
Perhaps both. Forgotten me already? When you were strapped to that electric chair by a mannequin warlords, who was it that gave you the idea?
Чего?
Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of my head, newborn of the Harmony. The Harmony? Oh, don't play the fool. It's not the first time we've met. No need to be so polite. I'm you, and perhaps even more aware of yourself than you. Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a bunch of unfortunate fools with you through death's door. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Да.
A grand unveiling. You really think you can pull it off? Why not? Well, you may have fooled everyone, but you can't fool yourself. I can show you. Before you're entirely gone, I'll be with you for the last stretch of your road. Let's have a heart-to-heart while we walk.
Хорошо. Как знаешь.
What exactly are you?
Какая разница?
Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that outcome. Kakavasha, I am your future.
Неправда.
First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the Harmony's Emanator next? Why are there no guests here? What's that featherhead doing?
Идите к центральной сцене. Охренеть, все искажается постепенно.